Good morning. It is a very grey day, shall we say. Sun has not peeked out and it is freezing. It's so cold. Oh, just wait up here for a second. We'll get Lauren to talk about Oakleigh. Yeah, it's really, really cold. It's obviously making life a little bit tricky. Oh, Oakleigh checking Jason out. Making life a bit tricky for Jace this morning because the arena was frozen. The roads are a little bit skatey, but luckily we've got the sort of tracks around the farm. We've got all weather tracks around the farm and things, so you have been able to ride. Just been on the little Highland pony, who's really cool. She's called Iris. And now we're going to show you Oakleigh. So as we sort of follow Oakleigh down, I've actually got Oakleigh's owner, Lauren, has come in to see his progress. So this is Oakleigh's third week with us. So what are we, Tuesday? So 5 rides last week, 6, 7. This is probably his maybe 8th ride that you're going to see today. And he's been a good boy. So whilst Jason sort of sorts himself out, I'm just going to embarrass his owner, Lauren, who's just here. Hi, Lauren. Hi. Poor Lauren. She didn't really realise she was going to be on camera, but hey. Tell us about Oakleigh. How old is he? How's he bred? And what do you want to do with him?
Well, I've had Oakleigh since he was 16 months. Yeah, he's a Kinski cross warm blood, so it's basically sort of like a Czech warm blood cross with lots of like German, Belgian. He's a warm blood. Yeah. Yeah. So.
What do you want to do with him?
Oh, dressage.
Dressage. So you like? Oh, she's all logoed up. BD Youth Southern. So Oakleigh here is going to be one for the future. So he's he's 3 years old at the moment?
He is, yeah.
3.5.
4 in April.
4 in April. So he's quite, is a bit of filling out to do with young Oakleigh. But the plan is he's going to spend 4 weeks with us. Then he's going to go off, do some hacking, some light schooling and things with Lauren and another professional locally. So it's really exciting times, and Lauren's come down each week to see how he's getting on. Now he's probably not looking hugely fluent because it is quite. We'll go into the arena so we get a bit closer. I can't zoom in when we're live streaming. Yeah, as I said, it's the sun is only just starting to sort of warm the place up. So this is absolutely frozen this morning. So it's not brilliant for riding in this morning, but Jason's not going to do anything crazy. And he's just set out a few little challenges, I think, for Oakleigh this morning. So he's got a tarp, a few poles, a few bits and pieces kicking around to pop over. So we always. Oh, he's coming this way. Oops, I'll get out of the way. So he always just starts them off with just a little lunge. This isn't lunging for fitness or, getting them in an outline or anything like that. It's literally just to get rid of a little bit of excess energy, and Jason's just checking that they're feeling okay and that they're not going to have a little yee-haw on him, especially when we're live streaming. That wouldn't be good. But Oakleigh's looking at me as if I'm, I don't know, an alien or something. So yeah, he's just checking that out. When he first couple of rides with Oakleigh and actually on the ground, he had he was a bit lucky. He had a little bit of a stop. He wasn't the most confident of horses. And, if Jason had really pushed him when he's sort of stopping and looking at things, I think that might have created a bit of a problem. So, you know, he's just taking it slowly, just let him sort of check things out well first. I think on his second ride, Jason took him sort of out round the tracks in the distance so you can see. And when he came back, Hamish was in the arena with a little black and white pony. And Oakleigh stopped. You can see sort of in the distance the fence line. He stopped there, eyes out on stalks, and was just terrified of this little black and white pony. I'm not sure if he'd seen one before or whether he thought it was a cow or something. Yeah. So, you know, he's just got that little... He's not the most confident of chaps at the moment, but he is definitely getting there. Can't quite see. Is he lunging in a halter? Yeah, he's just got a halter over the top of his bridle here. Jason sometimes uses a bridle rope, which is a really handy bit of kit. That would have been good. Good selling point, Jace, because we do sell them, but missed that trick. But yeah.
Dave got him already, so it was just as easy to do this.
So how's he been, Jace?
Yeah, he's been good. He's so at the start, I think you've sort of given everyone a bit of the rundown. At the start, I was a little bit worried he might be a little bit sort of introvert, a little bit sort of stop and eyes out and then suddenly react, but he hasn't been like that at all. But I did see it in him, so I sort of took my time with a few little points along the way, and it's paid dividends. So he's pretty good now with that. We've been out and around the farm and done a little bit in the school, not a lot in the school. And I'm just sort of bringing them in, doing something a little bit interesting and different. And because it's a little bit hard and it is cold, I'm just giving them a little feel of the surface, doing a little bit of lunging. I might not be able to do too much in here, so I think the roads are thawed a little bit now, so I think we'll be able to ride on those. I might take him for a look around the lanes as well. But today because it's hard round the farm and bits and pieces, I was going to do the water jump today, but it's all frozen. So we're just going to do the tarp instead, a meagre substitute.
A meagre substitute for water. So when they are here, just as part of the process, so Jason will put them through water, they'll go over a little ditch, all that kind of thing. And it's not you know, anything too taxing. So it's not working them in outlines. It's not, you know, all that kind of thing. It is literally getting them used to life and becoming really confident. So with the well, that wasn't very exciting. So Jason's just going over those little obstacles just on the ground first. It just makes life a lot easier for him when he rides them. You don't want to start a battle with a baby horse, you know, going over an obstacle. So it's just easier to do it on the ground. Love watching. Where are you located, please? We are in Kent, in southeast England. So I don't know where you are, Amanda, in the world. Yeah, we're just outside a town called Tunbridge Wells. Village called Gouthurst.
Yeah, so I'll just say he's probably been in here twice, maybe 3 times. The first time was literally a walk round and back. And when he first came in here, he was scared of the bears in my cave over here, and that general corner was terrifying. And the thing that I did is I didn't push it, but I did have some poles over there to give me focus and give him focus. And although I wouldn't say he was very straight, he was wobbling and looking at things. Because I was focused on, I just got him over there, he very quickly started to just realise what it was, and then the scary stuff started to settle down. So it'll be interesting to see how he is today.
Yeah. So, you know, it's funny, like, I think my viewpoint, if I was riding young horses, I would think, oh gosh, I'd want to stay in the school because that's where it's safe, and you know, I would feel a bit safer. But actually, Jason gets them as, you know, he'll give them a ride in the round pen, and then he'll sort of take them out round the farm and down tracks, and then bring them back into the arena once they're sort of out and going forwards and things like that. So actually, even though this would be his probably 7th or 8th ever ride, he's only been in the arena, you know, once or twice. And being a slightly sensitive chap, there are sort of scary bits around the arena. Especially if you can see over by the round pen, there's a shed there, and in that shed there's all the jumps and all sorts of things. Yeah, that they have a little spook to. What's Jason done to his hand? Well, he was giving someone a lesson with a horse that just didn't want to go forward. It sort of had a little buck when it went forward. So Jason got on, and he had a good kick up, and Jason put his hand on the oh look, you can see he's having a little spook at that shed. Jason put his hand on the breastplate, and sort of it slid down. It must have caught a buckle, and he ripped all the I don't know what you call it, the skin between the 4th and 5th finger, and it was quite a deep, horrible cut actually. Hasn't had to have stitches, but he is having to bandage it up. He was quite lucky not to have stitches actually. It was not very nice. So you can see Oakleigh just getting used to it. It's his first time he's been over poles. Didn't seem to be looking those. He seems to be looking more into the distance. And if you've only just joined, it is tricky in here. It's the arena's only starting to thaw. It was very, very cold. So Jason won't be doing any fast work or anything like that. He's just giving Oakleigh a good look at the arena. You know, it's probably his sort of maybe 2nd time he's been out round here. And let's see how he's going to ride over the top. Oh, what a clever boy. No worries at all. So it'll be interesting to see if he does the same with water when Jason takes him down to the water jump, maybe towards the end of this week, or when it's thawed out, because it's like full of ice this morning. Talking of which, my hand is starting to turn into ice as I hold this. He's trying to work out where to put his feet when he goes over those poles. So you can see when he comes around the top, he's really sort of not wanting to go into that top right-hand corner. But Jason isn't making a big deal of it. He's now just trying to ride him in nice straight lines down to the end. There's Lauren, there's Oakleigh's owner down there watching his progress. And so towards the end of this week, Jason will pop, that you can see he's really hanging away from that corner. Jason will pop Oakleigh into his own saddle. And, you know, start preparing him, because normally it's a 6-week programme, but he's only going to be with us for 4 weeks. And so he needs to be nice and prepared and in his own tack for when he goes off to his new rider. Oh, he's really confident over that. And you can see with the babies, they're very, very wobbly. So Jason's all the time just wanting to sort of develop rhythm, straightness. And he really doesn't like the shed, like he's looking away from the shed. Is a bit scary in there. So he's sort of hanging away. Oh, he's really trying to work out what to do with his feet over those poles. You can see he's just hanging away from the fence line there a bit. So that'll be something that Jason will work on, you know, the coming sort of few rides. So Jason just said he'll just have a little canter on this side, and then he might take him out just up the lane. That is a very wobbly canter up the arena. Oh, but a nice flying change though. So that's, you know, I think lots of people can relate, even with sort of experienced going horses, when they first go into an arena. You know, you might be at a warm-up show and, you know, you go around the outside of the arena and it's where all the scary things are. And you saw Oakleigh then, as he was cantering up the side, he was getting further and further away from the fence. But that is a lot better this time. And Jason's just going to ride straight towards the fence and then get him to touch his nose on it. And he's saying, yeah, that's where I wanted you to go. In a nice straight line up the arena. So he doesn't sort of start getting to the habit of cutting those corners right from the outset. Oh, he's found something very spooky there in the corner. He's just having a little look. Jason's saying it's okay. And he encourages them to touch their nose onto the fence, going past the signs. Because horses, once they've sort of investigated with their nose, or if something's on the ground, they sometimes paw it. As soon as they start investigating something, they're overcoming their fear of something. So if they're a bit spooky about something, Jason just gets them to, or encourages them to touch their nose onto the fence. So there, he was like spooking a little bit at there. So Jason's just saying, that's all right, just investigate. Oh, well, he's being curious now. That's what I was, yeah. Oof, my hand is about to fall off. It's so cold. I don't know what it's like in other parts of the country, whether it's really chilly. I just saw someone from Australia saying it was like mid 30 degrees out there. So Jason's actually, get back to Australia at the end of this month for a couple of weeks, see his family. He's really excited. And we're just desperately hoping that he doesn't suddenly go and, you know, the kids come home with COVID or anything before he gets on a plane, because that would be very, very irritating. Yeah, so he'll probably do a couple of these. Freezing in Somerset. Yeah, he'll do a couple of these out in Australia. You can see where he comes from. It's an amazing part of the world. Yeah, so I don't think we're alone today in having this very cold weather. What a good boy. All right, oh gosh, we've been here for quite a long time now. So I think he's just going to do one last canter up the side and then he's going to go off down the lane. So if you're not completely bored of this by now, we'll stay with him as he goes out on the lane. Oh, we have sun near Battle in East Sussex. That's only just down the road. Excellent. Hopefully it's coming our way. We're in a bit of a dip here. We're in a bit of a valley. So, yeah, it does sometimes take a while for things to warm up. Lovely and sunny in far north of Scotland. The Scottish rubbing it in there. Oh.
So, you know, that's a pretty good example with Oakleigh, sort of getting him used to the arena.
Crikeys. Sorry about that. It just... I don't know if this is still recording. Is it still recording? Can someone say yes? It just pinged off my... pinged off the gimbal. I think it is still recording. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah, with Oakleigh, it's his first time that I've sort of said, let's go travel around the arena and just do a little bit more. And you could see how wobbly it was initially, but then, you know, you just use those processes, riding the line, riding around things, and they pretty soon start to straighten up. So that was good.
Cool. Okay, we'll just follow you as you go out the arena. How was that, Lauren?
That was excellent. You're doing such a good job with Oakleigh.
Oh, it's really exciting, isn't it? Seeing your little baby horse.
Absolutely. I brought him here and he was sort of not fresh from the field because we've done quite a bit with him at home, but yeah, he was completely unbacked, like
Yeah.
all gangly and youngstery, and look at him now.
I know, it's really amazing, the transformation. I mean, this is literally like in a couple of weeks, really. Yeah, they suddenly become so grown up. Gates, the obsession with gates. Jason's obsessed with gates. Teaches them a lot about sort of lateral movement and backwards and things. Oh, we'll just follow him up here and then, oh, going to be 27 in Melbourne tomorrow. Lovely. I spent quite a lot of time in Melbourne. Worked for the Victoria Racing Club. That was really good fun. Right, I can't keep up, but he's off. He's off just round, he'll just do a little block round the farm, out one driveway, round the lane and back in the other driveway. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, we'll leave you there, and not sure what we'll have in store next Tuesday, but it will be hopefully interesting, whatever it may be. Have a great week, and see you later. Bye.